All right, guys, here we go, man. Getting into this video again. Just to recap again what we're doing, I lost the actual one with the puka and everything else on there, so I got to show you guys in black and white. So what we're doing is designing this front view, which you did already. So we figured out how our top right, or we figured out our front view, which is this entire thing here. Again, let's kind of mark this out for you. This will be your top. It's your top. This is your R. And this, if I was looking right at it, my little guy sitting there, my little girl sitting there, whatever, it's the front view, which is F. All right. We're going to establish our little box. We'll draw this 3D drawing here. Just put that T up there. Just to recap, again, I want you to come down over 8 from the top. So use your bigger box to mark out the smaller box. So you'll come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Start that dot right there. Once you get that dot created, darken the box. Darken the box. Trace the line around. And then from there, you're going to use 1/4 inch. You're going to use your 1/4 inch. You can use your two things you can use. You can use your architecture ruler. Find a 1/4 inch on there. Let me see if I can find it. It's the 8/4 here. Put it on there, and then mark out your quarters that way. That'll be the tornado drill or hurricane drill. So ignore that. So 1/4 inch that way. Knock it out with quarters. Every other one is a 1/4 inch. As you can see, quarter, 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 quarter. All right, in this case, like I said, all you need is a ruler. We're gonna use a ruler and make this 6. Let's give you an example. Your new 0, and I'll zoom in and show you. And then you get your 1/4 inch that way. So 6 is your new 0. So that's quarter, half, quarter. Kind of cheat a little bit. Again, quarter, 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 so on. So it's a tick marks in between the two halves. All right, so we got that much done. Now, let's go ahead and start the 3D drawing to get this bad boy rolling. All right, so let's walk this through slowly but surely. In this case, we got this going already. We got a 1/4, or your scale is also gonna be a 1/4 inch up top equals 6 inches. So this is gonna keep the 6 inches. So we're going any smaller, 3, it's gonna get really long and gonna be kind of like, it just takes too much. So let's just keep to the 6 inches, but keep the 1/4 inch. So every quarter now we measure, it's gonna be our 6 inches. Instead of our 1/2 inch equals our 1/4. All right, so let's get started drawing this thing. So what I want you to do is this. I want to use the bigger box to start your first point in your smaller box. So in this case, let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we're gonna start right here. That little 1/4 mark right there, over 1. Oh, I need to make my 1/4 line there. Hold up, I'm missing one. All right, 1/4 line. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Start over right here in this corner. And you'll put a dot right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you come over 1 to start your grid. And for tick marks, just to check myself. Should be 9 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that's your first tick mark. So same thing we did with the 1/2 inch to get our front grid. We're gonna redo the same thing with our 1/4 grid. So all we're gonna do with our 1/4 grid is do the same thing we did. Same thing we did with a 1/2 inch grid. We're gonna do our 1/4 grid. So you're gonna start the base, start at this point. You're gonna come around this way so many, and go up so many on this particular one. So in this case, we had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, we're going 1/4 inch though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll keep it going. 5 tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then that'll give us our point here. And we go the same number we went this way. We went 10. So we gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To get our front view. Yep. Go over 10. And let me zoom in real quick. And then we go up an inch, a half an inch, right? Creating our right view. In this case, we're going to do a 30-degree angle at this point. I know in the picture it shows the 30-30, but on this one, we're going to do oblique with a 30-degree angle. In the next drawing, we're going to do a 2 at 30-30. So we'll get back to isometric. Right now, it's oblique. All right, so let's finish out our top, which is going to be 2 boxes over. Same thing you see on the big one, on the front view. So again, we're doing this now, 1, 2. But now every quarter inch is 6 inches, so it's the same concept, 1, 2. And now at this point, we can connect our front view line going this way. Let's just do that. So connect those boxes. Light lines because you don't have to erase. And connect these boxes as well. It's kind of already there already, so you can kind of like darken it up a little bit. Same thing here. Same thing here. All right, so this line is kind of off a little bit, so let's just use a line that's already existent there. All right. Now, what we want to do now is to create our 30-degree angle. All right, and that's established with we doing the 3, 4, 5 method. I mean, yeah, so it's 3, 4, 5 method, or you want to call it. In this case, we're doing a 30-degree angle, so we know 2.5 this way, and then you gotta go 1.5 inches up, right, off this angle here to get our 90-degree angle. So that's 5 tick marks. And in this case, we're gonna go. Let's just do this. Hold on 1 second. All right, so we're gonna go create a 30-degree angle. We gotta go up 2.5 over, 1.5 inches up. So in this case, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go up 1, 2, 3. And this is our mark to create our 30-degree angle. So just make a connection. So again, we came over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, went up 1, 2, 3, came up 1.5 inches. So this is 1.5 inches, this mark here. And then you're gonna draw the bottom line first. And then we're gonna go up 1.5 inches. Oh, we know this is 1 inch, 1/2 inch. We're gonna come up 1/2 inch to grab this line across here. And this will give us a right view angle. All right, and this is his benchmark at this point. It's a 30-30. We're kind of going a little ahead of ourselves, but we got this already established already at 30. Now we got to come over. Just go back to our drawing, we gotta come up. We gotta know we gotta go 1/2 inch. Our line from here to here is 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inches. So we gotta come up 1.5 inches on this line here, 1.5 inches on this line here to get this little puka right here. So 1.5 inches, because why? Because this is 1.5 inches. We know this is 1/2 inch up, which is that. And we had to go 1.5 inches to get this little cube right there. So we went up 1/2 inch, came up 1/2 inch. Now we're gonna go 1.5 inches over on our line, measure 1.5 inches. At this point, you can use your ruler. If you don't feel comfortable using a box, you can use your ruler on this one. And that's to get that line. So we go, let's do 0. Every 1/4 inch, it's 1/2 inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1 inch. 1.5 inches is right here. And same thing there. Again, check it. And you're gonna draw your line through here. So line straight up, cutting through there. Let's just zoom in right quick. We're gonna cut right through the 2 lines that intersect with the line going down. And it's gonna be really tight in there. And again, I'm up just off that thing. I'm gonna erase that. And I'm gonna go right through there. Check my 1.5 inches one more time. Again, we're operating on a 30-degree angle. Get this line coming through. So that line is on a 30-degree angle measurement, and you're trying to score off a 30-degree angle. Let's just draw this line one more time. Eraser. It's really tight, and we also got a small angle too. I mean, a small drawing. All right. So we got an 1.5 inch line, 1.5 inch line. We're duplicating now our right view, which is this is right here, with this back line. We're establishing it right here, which is there right now, based on this drawing here. All right, now it's gonna get really easy because we know a couple tricks already at this point, because you watched a couple videos, you guys already know how to start establishing this back line here. In this case, we're gonna do it using the same concept we did down here, 1.5 inches, up 1.5 inches. I'm actually gonna put this in red really soon, so you guys can see the difference of the two we just did, so you know how I got that. So this is 1.5 inches, which is 2.5, and this is 1.5 inches going up. And I just went 1/2 inch more and grab a second. And then same thing back here. So whatever I did here, I can do the same thing up top to get my 2 back lines that way. All right, so to get this back here, we're gonna go to 2.5 inches this way, and then 1.5 inches up. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then go up 1.5 inches. 1, 2, 3. That'll give me that back line back here. And then to get this as well, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 3, 1, 2, 3. and it'll give me this line here. But I want to be 1.5 inches on this line to get that 1.5 inches on this line to get these two, and they connect to here. I gotta just connect my two lines. So let me just do this right quick. Alright, you don't have to worry about this, but you want to measure 1.5 inches on this line, 1.5 inches on this line, and then you connect this point to this point. Then you have your square point in the back for this. Quarter inch and a half. Quarter inch and a half. And you're going to connect these two lines going across here to get your back piece. Alright, I'm going to connect these two, because that's our 1.5 inch mark. And we can zoom in to show what I'm doing. I'm connecting these lines going right through the origin. Try to get my 1.5 inches look better. I'm gonna connect these two lines going right across it. Let's get that line a little better. Kind of tricky because it's so small when you're trying to get in there with this. Might as well erase this too, because what's going to happen is we're going to actually make this where you can see the actually 3D model. Cheat off like a 16th off, so you get that pencil lead through there. And connect that line again. So cheating it off the line about a 16th kind of get you back on top of that line. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and start getting this line up down here too as well. The lead on this, the eraser on this pencil is not so good. Alright, now we're just going to connect the 2 points, this point to this point. Again, that drawing is off of 30-30, but I'm gonna save the juice. I'm gonna save that for another day, so I won't confuse you guys so much when it comes to this. So this is on a oblique 30. So this is an oblique drawing. So when you look at the picture, it's not gonna be so much like this one because this is on a 30 and angle at a 30. So it's 30-30 here. We went from straight, then 30. So we're getting the half of the view, but on an oblique angle. And I'm gonna erase this center marks. We don't need it, but I'm gonna actually put in some red tick marks to show you how did we fount our angles. So we went over 1, 2, 3. Let me show you now. This yellow shows up. I think that shows up well. Let me get another color for you. Alright, in order to get this, to show you what we did, we came over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we went up 5. So we went up this tick marks here. These are hidden lines again. This is your again your 1.5 inches. So you go 1.5 inches, 2 inches this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, the common number for a 30-degree angle is 2.5 inches. 1, 2, 3. We got here. So we got this part in the back. Now to get this one, it's the same concept. To get this back number, which is an inch, between here is an inch. We came over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we went up 1.5 inches, which is 3 tick marks. So when you have confused, just go by the tick marks and it'll get you what you need. And the same thing here. We went over 1, 2, 3. I'm doing hidden lines to get these points to you. And then we get this as well. And this is how we created that line. And then we went 1.5 inches up, or 1/2 inch up, because this thing is boxed at 1/2 inch. And you connect these 2 points. And this is how you do oblique 30-degree angle drawing to get these. And you connect that. Let me erase this and so you get a better picture. And that's pretty much is it right there. Let me darken this up. Oh, in this box here, let's go ahead and put your T for top, F for front, and then R for right. And this is another R for right. And I'm gonna darken this up. So we did this on a 30-degree oblique drawing, which means if you go back in the video, it shows you exactly what you have to do to find that. Alright, come and get this angle. Sorry, blue. We're gonna erase everything we don't need. That's actually your points you need right there, and these are just extensions lines off the original grid to give you a better understanding of what it took to get to here and here. So these again indicators of your 90-degree angle. You did your 2.5 inch and a half, came over 2.5 inch and a half to get this point, and then they get this point, and you just measured on this line. You created an inch and a half, an inch and a half. Why? Because this indicated to you that this back here is an inch and a half, inch and a half, and that's how you find your angle to match these angles down here. And again, I'll just make these lines here. And this came up an inch and a half, a half an inch to get to here. So I'm not gonna put too much in there, but that's exactly what you'll have. Let me zoom up. And that's your overall dimension of your oblique drawing at a 30-degree angle. Again, this is on the 30-30. We'll get to it. We'll put this on the 30-30. So you get enough 30s, and don't worry about that. You'll get some 30s in. But this one, I just want to make sure, show you guys how to do oblique drawing. If you want to train this to oblique drawing, and then go 30. So let me erase stuff we don't need anymore so it can stand out better. When you outline it first, then you can erase what you don't need. Then you can see the actual picture much better. And do use a straight edge when you're tracing. It helps keep the lines crisp. And we'll get rid of this stuff in here. Again, you lead up grids on the outside, but then you can use the track it. You know what you did by using these lines here. You know, inch and a half, just to make it clear to you what you're doing. You can count 1, 2, 3. Again, if you have a hard time figuring out how to do the 2.5 by 3.5 to get the 30-degree angle, just count 5 tick marks to the right, 3 tick marks up, and that's what you'll get. Let me zoom in. And at this point, we're gonna go ahead and darken your box around. You don't really have to put color. Make sure you put your multi-view drawing scale, inch and a half, half an inch. Is this and this. This is an indication of this. And that's all you want to do. Put your period and your scale, and put your date back up there. This is 01-02-01-22. Happy birthday to all you folks. That's in February. All right. Well, you know how I do it.